0 with the 1 game advantage now. After what was a pretty interesting game 1. We are going to see Moo on the 5 position puck here. They're going to go ahead and run Lifestealer mid, which is interesting. This is gonna be some fun lanes. I mean, the idea is, right, you want to put the Lifestealer against the Bat Rider, right? You don't want to put Kunkka there. It is a really rough matchup.
Yeah, that one is insanely difficult. So, yeah, they are probably going to want to run him... Where would you run the Kunkka?
I think safe lane's fine. You definitely want to put the Venomancer into the Sven lane, right? But right now, no one really knows where anyone's going. They see Moo Puck, but that is just the 5 position. They are trying to get vision on like Kunkka or the Lifestealer or you know, Venomancer, but everyone kind of hiding themselves for the time being.
30 seconds to battle.
But yeah, I mean, you definitely want to dodge the Sven into Venomancer. And then you definitely want to dodge the Bat Rider into Eternal Envy's Lifestealer. And I think right now, based on what we're seeing, 0 might get the lanes that they want. What if they just put Frank mid on Enigma? Can you do that? Is that a thing? I mean, he is just going to sack the first wave creep, or the creep in the wave, but
for ultimate glory.
It looks like Bat Rider, they are just going to actually put Enigma mid. They're going to put Bat Rider bottom. I mean, they eventually sniffed out the lanes, right? So they see Eternal Envy, and these are the lane matchups that, you know, Thunder Predator want. They will swap the support, send Oracle top to deal with, obviously, the Venomancer, and then Clockwork will come bottom, which, I mean, they're going to have to swap the lanes again. Roya is going to go mid. They're going to send Envy bottom. This is, it's going to be musical lanes now as Frank starts walking bottom and Leo Styles starts walking mid. Here we go. Envy just scouting it out, and he's like, all right, I guess I'll go back mid. You got to love it, man. When are the lanes going to start being dragged is the question.
At a certain point, I ended up repeating myself. At a certain point here, this is not good for you. This is wild to see because you're just going to be like walking in between lanes. Take the bad lane after a certain amount here, you know? If you're just like walking from lane to lane, the enemies have done more than shut you down. You have absolutely nothing. So you're a minute into the game, you've got like the XP from 1 creep on Envy, and he's like walking here back and forth now, deciding where he wants to go.
Oh, back to mid. Here we go. But look at Moo though, dude. Moo is 6-1. He's having a fantastic time. It was the long con. Envy carry? Nah. Puck carry. We're smart.
Puck carry, you know, Eternal Envy's back in the mid lane. We might see Frank rotate back there. He might say, I'm sick of this. Enough is enough. Just let me sit in one lane. I can't keep up with Envy, man. This guy's willing to go his entire game without a single point of XP, just to have a favorable lane matchup.
Hey, he's a madman, dude. He's never gonna give up that favorable lane. And Bat Rider's walking bottom. Oh, no, he's just stacking. He does get the stack. Okay, and he's still walking bottom, and Frank walking back. I love this, man. This is absolutely everything I'd want to see in this game.
This is like, okay, now to the uneducated eye, there's absolutely no difference between this gameplay with many TI players, one of the best teams in South America, and a 1K MMR pub.
Top lane, Vengeful falling kind of low. I mean, they have another Purifying Flames, but a nice Fairy Fire is going to keep them alive. I mean, they're trading a lot in this top lane. Brax and MNZ pretty even on net worth or on CS, but I mean, war of attrition. It pretty much always goes to Venomancer. But hey, look, do you see what's happening with Envy right now? Matthew's just gonna start bullying him, which I like a lot. I like this decision. He's like, "Oh, you want to walk bottom? Here, you gotta take the long route now."
Okay, he's getting, all right, okay. I see a little bit of battery assault action. He cogs him up, slows him down, and he's going to get last hit on the cogs. He goes for a second one, but he can't secure, his CS is in shambles.
Yeah, where's Envy CS right now? He's 9-7, all right. I mean, surprisingly, a decent chunk of CS. You know, it is what it is. And the thing is, you have to look at this Envy Lifestealer versus the Sven, right? And this is one of those things that like Sven typically will start farming faster in the early mid game, and if he gets too far ahead, it becomes a very difficult game for the Lifestealer. Oh, and Frank's back bottom, and Leo Styles going back mid. It's not going to stop. It really is never going to stop.
Is it worth it? It doesn't feel worth it. You got 12 last hits and 9 denies. I feel like you are much further behind than you could otherwise be if you just, sat in an unfavorable lane.
The thing is, too, is you have to think about it is denying a lot to Thunder Predator. Well, I mean, I say that, but Frank is just like super farm, 16 and 13. Like Frank's having a great time. Did they TP the Batrider? No, he actually walked all the way down here. Okay.
No, maybe this is working. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe this is the next step to Dota 2.
This is the few. I mean, I've seen this before where both of the mid laners ended up dragging creeps into the river, and then it was like a 2v2 in the river. Frank bottom lane taking a lot of damage. Oh, one more auto attack from Moo. He's going to get him. That's a kill. Moo grabs the first blood. I mean, we said this is carry puck. Apparently, we're joking not at all. Illusionary Orb should save him here. Barely survives. One more battery assault will find the kill, but that has expired, and Moo just going to get slapped instead. Clockwork trades 1 for 1.
Top lane.
Ooh, nice call. I did miss that one, but it's fine. Brack's going to be able to chase down the Oracle. Can he get denied to the creeps? He does. What a sick play.
Gets the tail end of that one, but they didn't manage to burst the guy down. Just about lived there on Vendel Pier. It was close.
Envy might be in trouble bottom lane. Malefice, battery assault has expired, but the body block's coming out from Matthew. Going to be able to make it so he can't get through these trees. Just taking so much damage. He doesn't have a lot of regen. I mean, he does pop his wand there for 9 charges, and 2 points in Feast will be all he really has to work with. And they're swapping lanes. Ryoya heading bottom, Lifestealer heading mid. Do they have vision of this though? They actually don't. They have 2 deep wards in the or 2 wards in the Radiant jungle. Either of them scouting this rotation.
MNZ's having a pretty good game so far, 30 and 3. He's did he go hand of Midas? No, he's got Mask of Madness queued up. He's got a Glove of Haste. I wasn't really sure what he was trying to do. I think he was thinking about it, but wasn't committed yet.
Yeah, casual glove is totally fine. Yeah, but like we said, I think we both agree that Mask of Madness this game with an Oracle just seems quite strong.
Yep. Stormbolt comes out.
They'll be able to root him up here as well. He does have a Gale, which he can cast. Yep, right after it connects, he'll just throw Gale out, and that should stop this aggression. On the other side, Snaking getting chased by Matthew, but he's just standing in 3 centaurs to prevent a lot of this battery assault damage. And it's worked, right? Snaking pretty happy, pretty tanky still. They don't have another magic missile, but they will just back off now that Brax has rotated over to help out the boy.
Is under attack.
That's one thing about Vengeful Spirit is there's a lot of base stats and a lot of okay stat growth rate. I mean, 3.8 agility per level is pretty good. Your HP regen is all right. MNZ, can you get the Stormbolt off?
Nicely done. Good kill there. Brax is, I mean, he's going to do a lot of damage here. And Moo rotated up to the top lane. Going to grab himself another kill. Carry Moo. The prophecy continues. And MJZ just trying to outrun away from a Venomancer, but that does not work so well. Can Moo get himself his 3rd kill of the game? The question definitely answered by a yes. Can he get a 4th, though? Looking for Matthew. I mean, if he hits this orb, it's an easy kill.
Yeah.
Not going to go for it. A little bit afraid. I don't blame him, honestly. There's no reason for him to commit. Matthew has to pretty much walk. Oh, he has Tranquils. Never mind. He's fine. Yeah. He'll just take up this camp instead. Nice stack camp there. Finds a broom handle, which Envy is probably pinging.
There is little hope for
It's hard to land that orb onto Matthew, though. Again, he's got Tranks. He's got Windlace. He's just able to dodge a lot of that stuff out. I touched on this the other day. I'm not sure if you were here, though, about my theory on Windlace. I think if you have a free inventory slot, you definitely almost always go this, especially when you're playing support heroes.
Absolutely.
It just helps you too much for what it gives you. And my other rant that I went off on is Magic Stick versus Magic Wand. You almost never pay that 150 gold to complete the Magic Wand, unless you're up against like a Batrider, and you're going to be sitting at full HP and mana while you build up those 20 stick charges. You always just keep the stick. You don't upgrade that. It's too expensive for what you get. Because you get 3 all stats and I guess extra holding space on your wand for 250 gold, You get 20 movement speed. That is so big for
Yeah.
roaming, running away, running people down.
I think every time I see a support in like high tier Dotas, a lot of them end up just picking up a casual Windlace. There's certain heroes that you see it on previous to this, which was Clockwork, right? The Tranquil's Windlace is just like bonkers on this hero. What the value you get out of it, but yeah, I mean Windlace has always been one of those incredibly value items in Dota 2. Move speed just can never be underrated, right? And I guess beforehand, when agility used to grant move speed, it wasn't. It was a little bit different, but oh my, that was like a part of Dota I want to completely forget about.
You know, when they changed the fundamental mechanics of the game every 2 weeks because it was easier than editing the heroes, they're like, this is what these stats will give you now, everybody. Oh, Jesus Christ, please just make it stop. I don't understand how the game works anymore.
How is Juggernaut running at me at 500 MS?
Hey guys, how would you like to play open qualifiers on this?
Yeah.
What's that? No? Too bad.
Too bad. Yeah, man. Those were the fun days for sure. I mean, fun for someone, I'm sure.
Fun for watching.
Yeah,
you see, like,
definitely a spectator sport, indeed.
Yeah. We saw neutral items start being a thing, or they changed neutral items around. In PSG, LGD got absolutely bodied in open qualifiers.
I remember that. Oh, man. That was big. Well, top lane, Brax, working on the tower. They're rotating up here with Snake. I guess Snake King was here the whole time. Moo is level 6 on this 5-position puck. Does have coil available. They force 2 TPs, Frank and Clockwork to the top lane. Clock will cancel his. But, I mean, this is just what happens when you're against a Venomancer, right? He just makes this lane so not fun to be in.
Yeah, this is something else I was touching on. He's got like several different ways to play depending on who he's up against. When you don't have the D-spell or when Poison Sting becomes like a real problem, you can just max this one out. If the enemies do have the D-spell, you don't go get a Venomous Gale, you just go the 1 point for the slow. At that point, the damage isn't worth it. You start leveling up these wards, you shove out the lanes, you make it hard for the enemies to push onto you. And that's exactly what he's doing. Brax, definitely like the MVP out of Business Associates in these 2 series, I would say.
Yeah, he has been absolutely owning it. MJZ, I mean, he's just wasting some time, basically. That's about all he can hope for, but that's going to be another kill going on over to Team 0. Brax picking up that one now, 1-0 and 2. And this dire creep wave is never going to make it to this tower now, right? Like, Brax can just keep this tower pushed out the whole time, and he will eventually secure this tower. That's just how it goes. No one really wants to contest the Venomancer now. It is just too dangerous. You have this level 6 support puck running around. It's just like a huge issue as well.
Dire should look to their top
Mixing
tower.
things up on Moo.
Yeah, can we just talk about how Envy finally has made it to the safe lane? 9 minutes,
great
50
pilgrimage.
seconds into the game.
Is under attack.
I was talking about a holy, religion for Position 4s, but I'm thinking like a holy eternal envy religion. His great pilgrimage into finding CS in a safe lane for him to farm.
Yeah.
Away from,
I will say, one thing that's interesting is after all of these lane swaps, like you look at the difference in experience, it's favoring 0 quite a bit. Like Frank is level 7 on your offlane Enigma. You have a level 9 Rioya, 9.5 on the Kunkka, and Envy level 8.5. So they did come out quite far ahead as far as experience goes with all of these lane swaps. That being said, Thunder Predator looking to go bot lane. I mean, they have Lasso available, a haste rune on Batrider as well. Question is, can they do anything? There it is. Lasso is out. They're going to try and hold him in place. The God Strength plus the Stormhammer from Sven, just way too much damage. Envy saw this rotation.
Their structures against
local man
attack.
continues to baffle analysts. Plays 200 IQ Dota 2, then dies to a rotation that he sees coming.
Middle tower is under
Well, Brax is bottom. MNZ doing what he can, but mid lane, a fight breaks out. Frank still has the black hole, hasn't had to commit it. You lose the Kunkka behind the tower. There's your black hole, right on the mark. The boat will cancel that, but Enigma should be able to survive. There's lots of healing coming out from the Oracle, plus the salve. Yeah, it comes out almost full health. MNZ looking for snaking. And it looks like Moo should be able to orb away in just 1 second. The question is it going to be he's just burning down to the Batrider. 5 points of sticking napalm on him. Way too much, and a fantastic fight there for Thunder Predators. Not only do you get Envy bottom lane, but you end up getting Kunkka and Puck in the mid lane.
Yeah. And that was actually the salve coming out from the Clockwork onto the Enigma there on top of holding him, or giving him that Oracle ult in the black hole. So nice teamwork there by Thunder Predator, managing to like scrap their way back in the lane, despite having to deal with Eternal Envy doing Eternal Envy things to your brain in the laning phase.
Yeah, he does go for the Necronomicon on the Enigma, which I do like. There's not a lot of wave clear on the side of Team Zero. I mean, besides Kunkka, right? That's about it. So the Necro will help him not only push, but farm as well. It's like essentially a Midas on this hero. The mana regen, incredibly value as well. He's just going to go after that, turn it into that mechanism, Guardian Greaves. That's going to be the idea. Mid lane, they finally get that mid tier 1 tower. Brax, I mean, he's an objective gamer right now. He's like, I've taken top, I'm going to go mid, take mid, and now I'm going to go bottom, and then take bottom. He's like, this is all I really want to accomplish. He's like, dragging Thunder Predator around the map or forcing him to play elsewhere.
Yep.
Oh. Magic Missile on the point. There's going to be a boat to follow. The question is, can he keep Style alive? MJZ, no ultimate for 19 seconds, but the Quello comes out from Moo. He's taking a lot of damage on the Bat Rider of the Lasso. Will connect, immediately going to go down, though. They do lose the Bat Rider. The question is, can he find anything else? Matthew is here, does have hook shot Ryoya. Can hit him with that X. And Clockwork, if this is the only casualty, you're not that upset. Snaking just sitting on 5 HP because of that Coco's rum. The flare, oh, it is absorbed, but he does go down anyway. Matthew, the God Gamer himself. What a guy. But there's just an Arcane Boot sitting on the ground.
Whose are those? Okay, those are Venos.
Okay, I was like, what is going on here? Who's Arcanes? Oh, man.
I think he dropped them for a second to Wand to get his mana back up.
Didn't pick him back up by mistake.
Yeah. You know, he's not bad, guys. He's just forgetful. Brax is getting old.
Oh, man. Yeah, leave Brax bottom lane, and it's just going to force Thunder Predator to eventually deal with him or lose the tower. I mean, look how close he is to his Guardians. I mean, he's less than 1,000 gold.
Yeah. He's playing a very good game. Unfortunate that he's not really able to push this one. We're getting to the point where Frank is getting a little bit tankier. They're able to sit the heroes in front of the tower. Clockwork might move down here as well if he really try to push here on Brax. But he's doing a really good job. Again, getting the mid tower, getting the top tower. These are the two more important ones. It allows you to invade the enemy jungle. When the mid tower is shoved out, it gives you so much information of the map. You know that if the enemies are letting it push to their side of the river, they're planning a gank on you or something like that. So.
Yeah. It also gives you roast advantage, right? When you're Radiant, there's no TP point on in besides the outpost. Envy, do they have vision of him? They do. Leo style. There's a hook shot right on the mark. They followed up easily with the lasso. The burst damage from MNZ. They get it. Or, I'm sorry, MJZ. With that level 4 Purifying Flames. Very good spell.
Well, I tried to tell him, if they're not in the mid lane when the tower's not there, they're going to be ganking you, Envy.
Yeah, he gets caught top. Whose mango tree is this? Is the question. That is Radiance.
Yes.
Okay. Lane Ryoya, X, the boat to follow. MNZ will take the tower, the Stormhammer. To try and interrupt it for a little bit, but Moo comes on in, does have coil, but silence and the cleave on the Oracle. Oh my gosh, way too much. A nice swap to snap the coil. The teamwork from Zero looking really on point this game. Envy gonna wrap around, try and find Matthew here. Question is, how much time can he really buy? And it's not gonna be much. Envy will find that kill. Same build as last game, Armlet, Deso for him. 3 heroes go down, they get the tower, but I mean, that's definitely not worth it. That is a lot of gold to throw the way of the Radiant. And most of it actually going to Puck as he picks up himself almost 550 gold. That's a Blink Dagger, I believe. Or is this Courier? Oh, no, it's not. He went back for Veil. I'm incorrect.
And 3 sentries, such is the life as a support.
Yeah, this is a 5-position Puck, mind you.
It doesn't look like it.
Not in the slightest.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But, you committed a lot to take that tier 1 tower mid from Team Zero. It wasn't really worth it. I mean, because you died as well, they got so much control over your side of the map. They're set up in your triangle. It's going to take you a little while to get control back from it. And, of course, they can jump on you at any time. They have swaps. They have Kunkka who can just, X you back onto them. They have Puck who can jump on top of you and coil you. You have to be very careful. Dewarded immediately.
Yeah, I'd say that. I mean, that's interesting though, because they just had they just placed a sentry on the Radiant to deward that. So they counter sentry, counter ward, and then Radiant's like, all right, well, I guess we'll just check the same spot again. Why not? One thing to note: look at Kunkka's build this game. Ryoya itemizing for the Radiance, and That's being delivered as we speak. 16 and a half, almost 17 minutes into the game. You have a Radiance Kunkka. In the jungle, they found Matthew. Hook shots himself a little bit farther away, but in some trouble. There's going to be the coil, but yeah, they don't want to chase. There's the TP in from the Batrider. They don't really see much else beyond the tower until they get the coil for nothing.
Yeah. Be careful here on Leo's side when you're coming on to Envy. Again, this guy is able to pop that range just before you can get off on him with the lasso. Your range is very short, and of course, he has ping advantage on Envy.
You have a nice ward here on the high ground on the side of Zero to try and see if there's anyone else coming to Batrider's safety there, but they will just smoke up and get behind the Venomancer in the mid lane as they, they don't see Thunder Predator on the map, so they're assuming, like, maybe our Brax is being ganked. Let's go find out. And in the triangle, they will find Clockwork, Sven, and the Oracle. The question is, who's going to go down first? The Oracle in a lot of trouble here. Disarmed up. Will False Promise himself, but the silence comes out just a little bit too late. I mean, he will go down eventually. There's no way he does not die. Snaking, chasing after the Blaze, does have a swap.
He doesn't die. He salved himself and he had 13 wand charges. He gets to live.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Oracle, good hero. Well, they pushed Thunder Predator out of the triangle. There was no, I thought for sure he was dead, but yeah, you're right. Salve Wand, pretty darn good. It's a lot of healing.
Yeah, Envy committed on to him pretty hard there because I think he was worried that he'd stay alive, and he was right to be worried. Desolator coming out next on Envy. So next time, you won't be so lucky on the Oracle, I don't think.
I mean, this has just been a lot of space for the Sven, right? Like, he's been able to just avoid them, and he almost has an Aghanim Scepter. Like, Ags this game, as we talked about, a great way of dealing with the coil from the puck, so it is a pretty incredible item for him.
Yep.
Great way to dodge X boat and stuff too, right? You just are untargetable during that. Swap back, they found Leo's style, the magic missile on the mark. Frank comes in, a nice black hole, but immediately coiled out, so he will get silenced up, chasing after the Clockwork. Nice swap once again from Snaking, and a 3 for none. 0. Finding themselves a very good fight in the dire jungle. That was a very optimistic black hole. What do you think?
There were several things that could have canceled that. Very optimistic is putting it lightly, yeah. So he goes down there, and the entire time, while they take that favorable fight for Team Zero, Sven wasn't farming. He was just kind of sitting there deciding if he wanted to go in. So they lose all that time they could have spent farming on him. When you lose like Clockwork, you lose Oracle just by themselves, you know that you have Sven elsewhere on the map cleaning up camps with this Great Cleave and this Mask of Madness. You think, okay, well, we probably got more net worth than you did with the time that you spent on that. But not there.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about how strong this Kunkka is going to get, right? He is second on net worth, closing in on the Sven, and with Radiance Tidebringer, I mean, this guy just is a farming machine. And this game, he's going for the BKB next item. I think Torrent Storm in this game is pretty wild if he manages to get it. Just another way for them to cancel the Enigma Black Hole or just kind of cause havoc in these fights. We may see him pick up an AC, but Leifler did go for it last game, so we'll see. Bit of smoke from Thunder Predator. It is. They're looking for the Roshan. Ags completed on the Sven. It is a big item, right? It shouldn't be understated. Like, this is a very big item pickup for them. Smoked up on Zero as well as they walk on over to Roshan. Oh my gosh. Are they going to sneak this? There's no way. The smoke has to get popped.
The smoke is going to break. It has to. Please, get back to him, Minty. I beg you.
No way. No way. Matthew Flair? Is he going to do it? Dude. Unbelievable. Moo will finally walk into him, but it's too little too late. They just trade right around. Oh, the Flair. Oh my gosh.
I'm hurting for them.
I mean, that was a difference in like a second or two. If Thunder Predator had been like a second slower, or if Zero was a second sooner, I mean, they walk right on opposite sides of each other, and those smokes pop. But just so lucky based on the movement there from Thunder Predator. Envy underneath board sentry top.
They need to get a kill on him. They might be tilted after that last one. Here they go.
Oh my god, the damage from the Sven. He can go for the Infest, but doesn't end up working. Age is down. They got what they wanted. I mean, that is
fingers sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. I think he wanted to infest his own creep, and then it died to cleave. And bottom lane, they find Puck. That's a big bounty going the way of Leo style.
Okay, so the Roche goes the way of Team Zero. Then they lose the Aegis immediately. They lose Puck, his mega kill streak, as you said.
What is happening?
They
Top
go
lane.
snaking.
They get snaking. I mean, you could actually fight this, I believe, on the Sven. You have false promise
no,
still.
he's inside the Venge illusion.
Oh my gosh. This is, I mean, he's going to heal off. You have Batrider coming in as well. Brax and Enigma. It looks like all heroes kind of want to get into the scuffle here, but like I said, you have false promise on the Oracle, so it's going to be very difficult to bring down the Sven. Stormhammer off to the other side. He finds the Venomancer, and there's the false promise. Frank, he's just walking on in, wants to find the black hole target, and that's going to be Envy. There's the Midnight Pulse, the black hole. Full heal on the Sven, and a Stormhammer to come on in, but the save from Ryoya, can they bring him down in time? The Radiance, they finally get the Lifestealer, but Ryoya is just going to burn down this Sven after just a matter of time. Matthew trying to do what he can to save the boy, but Ryoya gets himself a double kill. Brax will go down to Clockwork. An absolute bloodbath. 6 heroes die, 7 heroes die in this engagement. Ryoya and Puck, probably the biggest winners, right? Getting so much experience from these last few kills.
Yeah, for sure. I would like to say that Thunder Predator in the grand scheme of things is the winner there because they're shutting down Eternal Envy's game, but Warrior, this game, he's big.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I was like, look at Kunkka, man. He just got a BKB. It's being delivered right now. He's got an extra 1,000 gold in the bank. Comes out of that fight almost level 20. Like, this guy is going to be a real big problem for the side of Thunder Predator.
Top 10 wide walk-in mid-melee heroes. Got this Radiance online. Yeah, he's going to shove this tower out. I think he'll get back after this. Maybe he'll whack it a couple of times. Sven isn't up yet.
So Puck is about to have an Aghanim Scepter.
Tower is under attack.
I mean, he's 850 gold off, but again, it doesn't do anything against the Sven if I'm not mistaken. Sven can always Stormhammer out of it, but for the rest of the heroes, I mean, that 4.5 second stun is pretty substantial.
Yeah, and it will limit Sven's ability to maneuver around as well, though. Again, not being able to freely walk in and out, even if after he gets himself to BKB, he'll have to keep in mind that he needs to Aghanim Scepter his way out.
Yeah.
Top tower does go down. Roya takes that.
They
He's
do
level
scan
20
this.
now.
Leo style, he pops a BKB. Do they have the damage for this Ryoya? There's going to be your lasso and immediately swap countered. I mean, they're just going to chase him down now. He has another swap. Can they get in range, though? He won't. Leo style just a little bit too fast. Torrent barely misses. Okay.
Close one.
Interesting lasso.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here's what I was thinking, though. You do have this Ags coming out from Puck. If you immediately swap Sven, when you coil him, he's 4.5 seconds stunned. You know, that is a for sure happening. Sven will pop the coil bottom lane. He does have a DD rune, and there is an Oracle slowly close by, but Waning Rift is available, silences him. Up Envy finds that kill, and now Sven caught by the boat of Kunkka, and they will be able to bring him down here in just a matter of time. Nice dodge there on the Puck. And Royal gets himself another kill onto the Sven. They've even found Matthew. He does have a hook shot, so he can get away if he needs to, and he will hook his own creeps. Just to disengage, but again, I mean, you're forcing the hook shot there for pretty much nothing, opening up this bottom tier 1 tower.
And now, you know,
He's going for the bounty rune. Oh yeah,
Under attack.
to get it. Oh, there you go. Love it.
beautiful. Well played. That is optimized gameplay right there.
Oh yeah. So Kunkka now has money for a halberd and just about 50 gold. And he's going to sell the Quelling Blade, picks it up. Sven's game just that much more difficult. Still not itemizing for a BKB. No status resistance as well. I guess he has the Echo Saber. Oh, that's right. It doesn't build out of Sanj anymore. Actually, 3 patches behind here, but it's fine.
Yeah. The Echo Saber is, you know, he disassemble it. Wait, he's got Mask of Madness and the Echo Saber. That's not right.
Something's wrong here.
Yeah, you turn the Mask of Madness into the Echo Saber and the Satanic.
Coil mid lane, they've caught Oracle. They do have Black Hole available, but again, there's just so many ways to cancel it. They'll just sacrifice the Oracle, hold the buyback, cost them borderline nothing. I mean, yes, that is the Axe Coil reveal, but bottom lane, they're just going to work for the tier 2 tower now.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Matthew getting a consolation top tower. But I mean, this is looking really good for Zero. They're starting to pull away a lot. Eternal Envy now passing up the Sven here, and they will go ahead and just chase him down on Kunkka. I mean, this could be a great fight for them. Frank trying to find an optimal black hole, but how do you do it, man? Hookshot in will be able to give them some space. Roya is going to have to just back on out. But Leostyle pops his BKB, looking for the Vengeful Spirit. Lasso will be on the target, and that will be an easy pick-off for him. So BKB committed to get this support Venge, which is a great way of opening up the black hole potential as well. So,
yeah, they still do have to worry about Puck. You can cancel it with that Winding Rift. You can't cancel it with his Dream Coil another 8 seconds.
if you don't catch Kunkka, I mean, you just have Torrent from wherever. Brax, Stormhammered up. Can he get off the Venomous Gale? He does. Or, I'm sorry, the Poison Nova. Sven will be kept alive, but there's the 3-man coil. The silence onto Enigma. He almost had the black hole. He will catch on the backside, but it's just on Eternal Envy. The stun comes out. Can they bring him down? He's falling low. No, he's staying alive, taking as much as he can with the Poison Nova. It's doing so much work for Yoya with a triple kill with the Radiance. They can't do anything in these fights. You commit so heavily, but you said it earlier, the Lifestealer, it's a bait. He's not the carry. It's this Kunkka.
This Kunkka, he's too big, and you know, Eternal Envy, he's happy to sit underneath all, get blown up by all his spells. He's got Rage he can pop. He's tanky. He's got this Plate Mail as the first part of his Assault Cross. He knows that you're going to go on him. And Roya, he's leaving everyone down. Yeah, if he lasts a while in these team fights, he just blows everyone out. They out-sustain you. Venomancer and Kunkka, they're both very happy to be taking these team fights drawn out.
Snaking's chasing after Leostyle has a swap and a second one available. He's going to BKB, but guess what? Ryoya's here. He could swap Ryoya down, and he does. Nicely done. Can Snaking get away? One more auto attack will secure it, and Leostyle force staffs himself to safety. A nice attempt from Zero, but a really good play from this Bat Rider. I mean, he's trying to just make space, slow this high ground siege down, and he does just that. One thing I want to point out that was really funny, in that last fight, Envy was the second lowest damage on his team. It was Kunkka, then Venomancer, then Puck, and then Envy. And he was barely in front of the Vengeful Spirit. Hookshot comes out, connects onto the Puck, but again, he just has this Illusory Orb. He's just going to jaunt away, Waning Rift up onto the high ground. He is out, baby.
There's no catching this guy, and that was supposed to be the position 5 that you commit that hard onto. It is that easy of a time getting away from you. He's got this Agnum Scepter. He's almost got the level 18, so it'll go from a 3-second Scepter break duration to a 4.5. That is a very big increase on that stun.
Yeah, Roshan coming up in just about a minute 15. 2 Halberds completed now as Brax picks one up on the Venomancer, and he's just going to go for the Lotus Orb, which I think is an amazing pickup this game. You know, why not? Tanky, a lot of utility. Leo-style top lane might be in some trouble here. The coil swap would be how you'd want to initiate, but Snaking, I think, was just a little bit too far away.
Yeah, unfortunately, he managed to bring down the creep wave first on the Battle Rider, so that's not going to happen there. So get that 18 on Moo. No, Moo, come on, get back. Your team's retreating. I know you're out for blood, but relax a little bit there, buddy.
Roya's TPing to the outpost. He's just going to cancel it.
Yep.
When they had a vision of the clockwork there, but is that really is that worth TPing all the way back on this Kunkka to go stop this Matthew Clockwork, who's just being a nuisance running around the map trying to get bounties and cut waves?
Not, I don't really think so.
Envy is reading this, though, because they knew he was going to go for these top runes, and Envy is going to meet him here. Open wounds is available to try to slow him down, but he's going to hook shot away. And he TPs to safety.
Matthew running for dear life, so he gets both bounty runes. It's a nice pickup by him. You know, they're stuck in their base, but they still managed to get out for a couple of objectives, but they're not going to be able to do anything about this Roshan. I don't think. Wait, actually, BKB is complete on Frank. The only issue now is the fact that he doesn't have a Blink Dagger. It's very hard for him to get on top of them.
You still have Swap, too, which is... That's really hard to deal with. I mean, if they see the BKB on Enigma, they'll. It really just comes down to whether or not Snaking plays defensively enough to hold these swaps. They do see the flare there. They don't really care. Wave of Terror, Medallion, a lot of minus armor. They're going to work on this Roshan. Moo positioned really well in the trees there. If they get a high ground ward here, they should see him, and they do. They will deward that, and it's time for the Radiant to kind of try and back up here. Kunkka rotating on in, going for a Shivas. I love this. I love this pickup so much. That AoE healing reduction is so strong, not to mention just more armor, more kiting potential against this Sven. How do you run away from this hero?
I think you just kind of accept that if you're in a bad fight, you've lost. You only take winning fights against them, and you're not taking that many winning fights right now. I mean, you need BKB on some of these guys, and they've just not put that much value in it. They think, okay, yeah, we'll just be able to take the fight from them. We're bigger, we're stronger, and Sven considered them. We've got Oracle, but
you have no BKB or no blink, like you said, on the Enigma, and the Roshan's just dead. Aegis Cheese on the ground, and honestly, Thunder Predator's pretty close. They might find Matthew here, the hook shot to safety, but they can chase after this. They don't, though. Interesting. Okay. I was expecting like a blind torrent or a wave there, but they are just going to go for the mid lane instead. They want to find these heroes. Coil, it's caught the Sven. It will stun him up. That's a long stun, and in comes Eternal Envy. You do have the save. The swap back. He's out of the range of Oracle, and they get the kill. 69 seconds on the sideline, and Oracle goes down as well. That is worst case scenario for Thunder Predator, losing two important heroes right outside your base, and Zero's just going to walk right up onto the high ground.
There's nothing that they're able to do here. The only thing you need to watch is positioning on Snaking to interrupt that Enigma with the BKB Black Hole, and he's just going to sit very far back. Yeah. He's happy to do it. You can't do anything now. They ripped through your first barracks. You know, all the tier 2s are taken, so you can go to either one you want now. So they go bottom. Leo style, he's just kind of sitting back here, but you know, Brax making sure his Blink Dagger stays disabled every couple of seconds, throwing these wards forward, ruining his positioning. There you go. No blinking for you.
Yeah, I mean, Roa's done a fantastic job constantly X-marking him to just make sure that they can cancel his blink at any time. They get 2 lanes of barracks completely uncontested. They still have the Aegis Cheese. Sven up in 10. I mean, you've got to take a miracle of a fight here if you're Thunder Predator, right? Ryoya is just going to be able to sit on the front line, has this BKB and Cheese. I don't know how you deal with him.
Yeah, now they back up. In fact, you know, they're not going to play it risky at all. They think, okay.
And they're just going to heal up and go back, right? Envy just wants a little bit of life.
You might, I think, yeah, you're right about that one. The ward is outside the base. They have vision of the enemies there, but there's no jump from Prank. If the enemies do group up for a fraction of a second and give you that window to get the Venge on top of everything else with the Black Hole, you can't move forward to grab it.
Yeah. I mean, they just take the tier 3 super easily. Braxton just constantly spam out these wards on the high ground to give them vision. And Envy's just going to heal up once more, come back to the top lane. They got to be careful because backdoor protection is going to come through here pretty soon. Well, no, mid-wave is going to get in range. So backdoor protection still going to be disabled, and Envy with the nice old rage pull back from the X. I mean, they can just do this the whole time. Coil comes out. Who have they caught? It's the Bat Rider. Oh, no. Nice hook shot. Going to be able to zone out the rest of him. He pops his BKB, but he can't really move anywhere quite yet. There's the swap. Perfectly done. Takes him right into Eternal Envy's clutches, and a nice stun comes out again from Snaking. 2 quick kills from boys. I mean, the Coil swaps this game are just so good.
And there's nothing you can do about it. He has the BKB. He's forced to sit in the Coil for, the 8 seconds, and towards the end of it, that's when he swaps him out.
And that's Mega's 27,000 gold lead for Zero. I mean, you talked about how important these games are for Zero today, and boy, are they looking really good.
Yeah, these 2 victories will actually put them 7 and 11, which, you know, Infinity... 7 and 12, sorry. Infinity are going to, sorry, 7 and 11. That's the correct score there.
Okay.
And this game is basically over.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I don't know how you
game
defend
off
here.
Of beast mode.
Is under attack.
It's going to be interesting with the standings.
Yeah, they just call it GG, man. There's no way to stop this at this point. Like, they're too darn far ahead. And a lot of this, honestly... It's the supports, Snaking and Moo, and then Ryoya on this Kunkka just being an unstoppable force. Like, how do you deal with this hero?